We're live.
I was alive before we started. I don't know about you.
Happy Sunday Funday, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching from the world.
Where are you watching from?
Ohio in the house.
Isn't the house in Ohio? Would that be more accurate? Would you call
How's
that
our
more
camera
accurate?
angle? Does it look off? Does our camera angle look off, or do we look straight?
Looks fine.
Okay.
Do you know why I know? Do you know how I know?
How do you know?
Because I can see my George. Wait, I need a key. Give me a key. Give it to me.
La 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 la.
She can sing. My Georgie, my Georgie. Do you remember this one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Buying up units with swordies when others start to bid, and she swoops in with a. That might be the most singing you get from her. That's my George. They come with money, burning a hole straight through their pockets. They think they're winning, but then their heads are spinning with the eyes popping out the sockets when they see my Georgie, buying up units with swordsies. Just wait 1 second. Who bought the last unit with swordsies?
You did.
3 swordsies.
I wasn't even there.
Where were you?
I don't remember.
She was in Egypt, and she was buying abandoned pyramids. Pyramids. When others start to bid, and then she swoops in with a. That's my George. The auctioneer crowd looking in their eyes, trying to get their money, but they all back down when she comes around. When they get a good look at my honey, my Georgie, buying up units with swordsies when others start to bid, and she swoops in with a. That's my George. The treasure hunt begins with family and friends, which that would be like George, that would be Suburban Beard, Manny the Mannequin, DG Picker this past week.
Well, DG Picker changed his channel name.
Storage Legends, now The Picking Life. We've had
My Flipping Life.
My Flipping Life. Yes. I apologize. Who else? What other friends have we been with all week? It's just been
Rob.
Second Sense,
who's on the chat right now.
Until she walks in on the scene.
Thanks, Mick.
They're all hypnotized by the look in her eyes. It's all in her Egyptian jeans. Come on, baby, sing with me. My Georgie,
my Jeremy.
buying up units with swordsies when others start to bid, and then she swoops in with a. That's my George, my Georgie, sing with me at home. Buying up units with swordsies when others start to bid, and then she swoops in with a. Everybody now.
They're probably wondering what I'm doing. Like, what is that noise coming out of her mouth?
That's my George.
Give it up for Jeremy. The neighbor's dog next door is barking.
Yes, it is.
He hears Jeremy singing.
I bet.
Who else in the chat? Their animals are either meowing or howling or hissing, or let us know in the chat.
Howling or meowing?
Howling, meowing, hissing.
Did you come up with that on
swimming
your own?
in circles?
Oh, now they're swimming too.
Yeah.
Okay. So big thing tonight. Everybody wants to know what is on the memory cards and the flash drive sticks, which came from a unit with a whole lot of elephant trunks.
Debbie said her horse ran away.
Sometimes that happens. I had over 40 horses. The worst part was when they would break the fence, and that was just a bad day. And it would always be on your day off. They got out of the pasture. That was rough.
Flamingo Spy sent a $5 super chat, says, hope to meet you guys this week while I'm up in Ohio. I sent you an email. The dogs are howling here too.
All right.
Appreciate it, Flamingo Spy.
And bam. Boop. Okay, so before we get into mail, let's get into one of our items that we said we were going to dig into this week. So this came from the $600 unit. Now, that $600 unit had all kinds of nerd stuff in it. Sound effects. Had all, that was to help build anticipation. Maybe it's nervousness.
How did the ducks get in here?
It's
or were those
nervousness.
bullfrogs?
Those were bullfrogs.
Bullfrogs.
So,
somehow bullfrogs got into the studio, guys.
Maybe Jeremiah was a bullfrog. He's a good friend of yours, isn't he? So that unit had all kinds of amazing nerd stuff, and amazing nerd stuff makes amazing money and profit. Very
Brian
cool.
Norwalk sent $10 super chat. Appreciate it, Brian.
So this was one of the items that we said we would dig into and see if it was actually like an external hard drive.
That looks like an Android box.
This is a portable charger. So once we got it home, looked at it, 7800 portable charger. So that's the first thing we're going to look at tonight. Look, she's already taken it.
Because it's smaller than the one that I bought.
It is
so maybe we can carry this as a backup.
We both know size is everything, right? So here's the cords. It's all in here, I think. I didn't take the rest of it out.
Which unit did you find this in?
This is the $600 unit that I bought.
Oh, okay.
In Maslin. Look, there's all your, oh, wow. Look at that. Even the old iPhones it can charge.
Oh, nice.
Old iPhones,
other adapters.
New iPhones. There's a bunch of adapters in there. So there you see the old iPhone. So I'm gonna hand that off to you because you're already eyeing it for a charger. So
this will be traveling with us because these come in very handy. So if you're recording your units and your battery life isn't the greatest, these are great to have.
Huge when you're out filming. Okay, so you want to remind them how to get questions in front of us before we actually get the mail?
Yeah, the best way to get your comments or your questions answered is to send us a super chat, just like Brian did, just like Flamingo Spy did, and that'll just pop out in front of us because, as you can see, the chat's always flying every Sunday. So it'll pop up like, bam!
Right up in our faces. You'll be right up in our grill.
And something that I recently discovered is the least amount you can send is 99 cents. And then the most you can send is 500, but we wouldn't suggest sending 500. And the more you send, the more characters YouTube will allow you to put in the comment section. So
when the longer their comment stays as well.
And the longer it'll pop up on our screen and remain there. So if you send 99 cents, those ones will usually get missed because they don't stand out as long.
Do you want to, before we get into mail, do you want to take Storage Scavengers question and a super chat, which I know they have a ton of questions. They're going to be asking about the police unit and they're going to be asking about the car. We promise we will get to all of that.
I did see a couple questions.
And we will get to all of these as well. Yeah. It's all on the agenda tonight. Since Storage Auction Pirate is not going live, we maybe can extend things a little bit tonight. We'll see how that goes.
Pirate did say Storage Auction Pirate usually goes live right after us for about an hour, but he did mention that he has a lot of catching up to do and that he was on 2 other lives this week, so he wants to take a break. So if you don't see him go live, that's why. And then I believe he'll be back next Sunday or maybe go live tomorrow, do an unboxing. I saw him right in the chat. Storage Scavenger sent a $5 super chat, says, showing some love. How do you get an idea on the value of odd items you can't find comps for?
Okay, so
appreciate it.
We'll answer that question quickly. We often show you how to do that in our actual videos. The best place to find that is eBay. Although other platforms, different items can sell for different amounts. One thing may sell for more on Amazon than it does on eBay, and another thing may sell for more on eBay than it does Amazon. The best thing to do is hit up eBay and go to the sold items, not the active, what people are asking, but what it actually sold for. But you're saying, hey, I've got an odd item. It's not in there, Jeremy. Well, the other thing you can do is go to worthpoint.com. Now, this is a subscription-based website. You get a couple free searches, but if you really are into reselling and you find a lot of odd items because you're into units and picking, then this is very valuable. Okay. And so what that does is it keeps a full database of everything that's ever sold on eBay. The old, odd, obscure items. The most dangerous thing is taking that obscure and odd item and say you want $10 out of it, and then it sells like that, and you find out it was worth 10,000. So if you can't find a comp, the best thing to do is not use a buy it now on eBay, but to send it to live auction. And that way you'll find out exactly what it sells for. So that's how we take care of that. Ready for mail, babe?
I'm ready.
Do you remember the mail song?
Something about mail.
It goes like this.
You're gonna have to grab it for me.
Well,
our butler Jeffrey has it.
Jeffrey has it. You know, Jeffrey came from the unit with Grimes Fines.
Yeah, when Grimes Fines and his wife and the rest of his team were in Ohio, it came from that unit. And so if you're familiar with the show Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, we decided to name him Jeffrey, the butler.
Ready to sing this one?
Yeah.
Okay, here it goes. All right, I'm going to give you your cue. You ready? Do it now.
We've got mail.
Look at that. She sang her first song.
Nailed
to completion it. On What the Hales.
Mailed it.
She mailed it.
See what I did there?
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Jeffrey. Okay. I've got your knife because Jeffrey's over here with me. So.
Did you guys see Jeffrey behind?
Yep.
Jeremy?
Jeffrey.
There he is.
Now, Jeffrey also is great for holding the fist pump.
Yeah, we put it on his head. It fits like perfectly. It fits like a glove, like a fist.
Okay, this is from Peggy Smith.
Oh, that name sounds familiar.
Well, Peggy just sent George a tripod, I believe. I'm pretty sure. I'm almost positive. So we do have a letter.
This is Peggy Smith from Oklahoma, but the Peggy Smith I'm thinking of lives here in Ohio.
Well, while you're looking at the letter, I'm going to go through one more piece of memory merchandise that we found. Now, we found this Sabrent. Okay, we found this Sabrent in the unit as well. And if we look at the back, there's the information on the back. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that we found in the unit, if you watched your videos this week, if you didn't watch your videos,
appreciate it, Peggy.
Are you going to read anything?
Mm-mm. It's 2 pages.
Apparently that was all personal stuff. You can't even just read like one line. That
she talks about how she loves our YouTube channel, loves George's YouTube channel, which is my brother, George to the second power. Is that what we say?
Maybe there ain't no power higher than your power. We both know that.
And that she wanted to thank us for giving her something to look forward to every day.
Oh, that's great.
Yes.
Okay, so looking forward to this. This reads hard drives, and we found 2 hard drives. Now, you may be thinking, Jeremy, what is on those hard drives? Are you going to show us? Because there were some pretty scandalous things in that actual unit. There were some very scandalous things in that unit. I would love to show you what's on these hard drives. Oh, I just dropped one. But if you see right here, there's a DC input for power, and I didn't find that part.
That's in decent condition.
Yeah, it's in great condition. We just have to actually get the power. So as of right now, we don't. Excuse me, I've been sick all week.
We don't got the power.
We don't got the power. That's pure Egyptian lingo right there.
It's a song. I got the power. So we're saying we don't got the power.
Baby, what have I told you
what
about
happened
English?
to my fist? I got to give Lisa Springfield a fist pump.
Jeffrey has it. Here you go.
Says, please say happy birthday to Haley. Her 9th birthday is... her 9th birthday. She is watching, and her birthday was rained out. She really adores y'all. Happy birthday, Haley.
Got the power.
I remember when I was 9.
Haley Lowe.
How old were you when she was 9?
Oh, when I was your age, Haley, I was actually 10, but I was old for my age. So don't hold that against me, okay? Did you see what I did there with her name?
Yeah.
Haley Lowe.
Yeah.
Hello. Yeah.
A couple people
How the Haley are you today?
A couple people are wondering how old I am.
Well, are you going to tell them?
I see people that are saying that I'm 10 years younger than I really am.
She's not. She's old. So we can't get on.
I'm pushing 40, you guys.
We can't get on those, unfortunately. We want to. We actually have to find the power supply. Can I just hand that off to you as well? You got a little bit more room over there.
Yeah.
All right.
Jonestown Autopsy sent a $2 super chat, says, how much to buy that adult toy bag from last week?
More than you can afford, because you would actually have to go follow the garbage truck that took it, then go to the dump and dig through the dump, get permission. It's just going to be way too costly. So there are things that we will sell. There are things that we won't sell.
And
those are items that
yeah,
we won't
those
sell.
are items that we will not sell.
All right. So everybody wants to know about the police unit, or do they want to know about the car first?
The first question that I saw was about the car. How come we couldn't get to keep the car? And a couple people in the chat, I saw them explain why we couldn't keep the car. Now, whether they saw that answer or not, I'm not sure. But
They probably want to hear it from us though too.
Yeah.
Here, we know you're thinking about the police unit for $10 and the car unit. All right. So for $962. So here's what I want you to do. If you want us to talk about the car unit first, type 1 in the chat. If you want us to talk about the police unit first, type 2 in the chat. And while you guys are typing those things, don't forget, we have a competition going on, and this money bag has to do with the competition. Remember, the last week, the last Sunday in October, the winner will be revealed. And if right now you're thinking, well, I don't even know what the Hales they're talking about, you need to go back, you need to watch your videos. And that reminds me, a lot of people aren't receiving their notifications on YouTube right now. YouTube goes through a system where they try and delete all spam accounts and all fake accounts and accounts that have violated their policies and they've been deleted. And a lot of times that'll throw off the actual notification system. The way that you fix that is you go back on the What the Hales channel, unclick the notifications, click it again. That's the
3
bell.
bells will pop up on the screen.
And you want to click all.
The very top button means all.
All bells. And that way you will get notified every time we upload and every time we go live. So make sure you check that. Don't uncheck it and then not check it again. You want to uncheck the bell, check the bell, and check all on the bell.
We're getting mostly ones.
What was one? I forget.
The car.
All right, let's talk about the car. The car was one because I figured they would want to know that first. Why don't you recount the story about how late we were? Get us up to speed.
Oh, okay.
What were we doing? And then why were we late? And then you were there before I was there. How did we split? And then what happened when I came on the scene?
Well, a lot of people wanted an update on life storage. So that video confirmed that the ban was lifted and that we are welcome back at all of the units with life storage.
Correct.
So I wanted to start off with that. So at the second to last location, we got a small $10 unit, which was parked right next to the trailer. It ended up being epic.
But they don't want to hear about that unit first. They just want to know.
I know.
How it. Okay.
So, which explains why we were late, because we wanted to keep digging in the unit to find treasure. It was so good that we ended up being 20 minutes late to the last storage facility on that run.
We were on a run all day. We were at facilities all day.
We got there. The first location started at 9:30, and then the last location ended at 2:30.
I think overall there was anywhere from 50 to 60 units going up for auction that day.
So we get there, and I think we missed 5 units, and there was a total of 11. I think 11.
I don't even know.
So we get there. That's the unit where the car was, and Rob from 2 Cents was there. These two start bidding against each other.
Wait. You need to back up because we pull in, and I'm freaking out because we're late. And then what do I do?
So he sends me off to go find the group while he goes registers, but he can't register because the 2 employees are with the auctioneer.
So I call
attending the auction. So he calls me and he's like, "Where are you?" I'm like, "Just keep walking." Keep walking. There's a car in here.
So she tells me immediately there's a car in there. And I went, "What kind? What kind? What kind? What kind?" She's like, "I don't know. It's just a car.
It's a Dodge. It's one of the Dodge." And I kept saying Charger or Challenger. It was one of the 2.
So I'm like, "All right, well, what's going on? Are you going to bid?" I'm not there yet. I'm freaking out because I ran to the office to go and register. The office is locked. And then I run up, and then it's like at 550.
It was at 500.
Okay, so 500. So I start bidding, and Rob is bidding.
But you guys don't even realize that you're bidding against each other.
And then Rob looks at me.
And then you look at him and you're like, you bidding? And he's like, yeah, but that's okay.
So we're both bidding. And then Rob says,
he's like, do you want to go halvesies?
and I say,
Hales, yeah.
So I want to be clear. I have never, ever, ever gone half on a unit with anybody before. And so my struggle with that is, okay, well, who gets what half? And so the reason why I said yes to Rob, number one, is because it keeps the price down. And Rob has his own auction house.
He has a local auction house here in Cleveland, Ohio.
It's not an issue of who wants to keep what.
So
it
was a no-brainer.
It's a no-brainer. Rob's going to flip it all. Rob's going to sell it. And so that was an easy thing. Rob goes, do you want to go halves? And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. And the rest is history, I suppose. So we did it overall with the fees. We got it for $962.
Yeah.
So inside of it is the big thing they all want to know why we can't keep it is
because of Ohio lien laws, we were able to keep everything in the unit but the sexy car.
Okay. So Ohio lien law, basically in a nutshell. Here we go. You have lien law. Wait,
before you get into that, let me shout out Floyd Butler sent a $5 super chat. Says, hope you are well. My birthday was Friday. Happy belated birthday, Floyd. Appreciate it.
Happy birthday to Floyd.
Let's give a birthday shout out to everyone in the month of October.
Happy birthday to everybody in October.
Everyone has an October birthday.
Happy birthday to George, even though it was in May.
Nancy sent a $2 super chat, says, live from Michigan.
Why are we singing happy birthday
Appreciate it,
when it's usually Storage Auction Pirate that gets paid to do that? All right, so you got Nancy as well. That's too bad it's not Hales, Michigan. Okay.
And then Jonestown Autopsy sent a $10 super chat. Said, seriously, I am an avid vintage fishing gear collector from Massillon. How can I get first dibs on things you come across? Do you come across this kind of stuff? Don't see any in your vids.
Come across it all the time. We generally don't share it on the videos because it's awkward. It's bulky. Most people aren't as avid about it as you, so they don't like to see it. So we pick and choose what we actually show. So we may spend 5 hours unboxing, and from that 5 hours, we have to figure out what 25 minutes we're going to show. So the way that you get dibs on that, since you're so close, is you go to the warehouse, you say, hey, Tammy, where's all the fishing stuff? And Tammy goes, it's right there. And then you buy it from the warehouse.
Yeah, but because of our liquidation auction, the warehouse is pretty much empty. And then during the colder months,
it'll be completely packed in a month again.
And then in the winter months, Tammy doesn't normally open on the weekend. So you have to make an appointment with her.
Yep.
It's appointments only around this time of year. So you could always shoot us an email as well, whatthehales@yahoo.com, and then we can coordinate something.
All right, back to the car. And remember, make sure you correct your notifications. Click on your notifications, your bell, unclick, and then click again, click all.
We got
correct that.
1111.
Wow.
1111.
This is when you always tell me to make a wish. Ready?
Every time it's 1111, 1111, I always tell them make a wish. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. It helps us out a lot, guys.
So storage units or lockers are sold under Ohio lien law. In other words, they owe somebody something, and therefore there's a lien on the contents, just like if you get a lien on your house because you didn't pay a bill, or just like there's a lien on a vehicle. And that's the issue. There could be a lien on the vehicle. Now, the storage facility could do all the background and all of the paperwork and get an abandoned title potentially for the vehicle. But since it's so time consuming and since it's such a headache and hassle, Life Storage doesn't do that. They're not going to do that. What they do is they call a wrecking towing company or a salvage company. They come in, they tow the vehicle, they do all of that, and then it goes up for auction somewhere, and we don't know where. So it's because of Ohio lien law, because if there's a lien on that vehicle, I can't just take it when the bank legally owns it. So yes, Life Storage could have done all the background work. Yes, Life Storage could have gotten an abandoned title, and it would have been very time consuming and costly. And why would they want to do that? Because it's so costly to them as already. They're losing money. That's not what they're in the business of. They're in the business of renting space. So that's why we don't have it. Ohio lien law doesn't allow us to have it if we can't get it with a title. your next question is how did you get the motorcycles? Those are titled as well. Well, if you see our videos, if you watch every single video, you'll see times where facilities will say, we don't care. We're just selling the vehicle. We're selling it as parts only.
For parts only.
And they could have said that to us. They could have said, hey, we're selling this Charger. If you watch the whole video, that's funny. So they could have said, we're going to sell the Challenger and we're going to sell it for parts only. And we could have owned the vehicle.
Yeah.
But we would have had to do all the background and take all the expenses of getting some type of title and getting it titled. Well, they didn't say anything about the motorcycles that day. And it's our responsibility to clean them all off. The reality is they didn't say anything about the motorcycles. They didn't see them.
We've gotten a unit with 2 motorcycles. We've gotten a unit with a moped.
So you've seen us buy where I will ask the actual auctioneer, do the motorcycles come with the unit? Yes. Does the moped come with the unit? Yes. Does the car come with the unit? Yes. And you'll also see where I ask and they go, no, no, no. So you've got these motorcycles back there and all of a sudden we own them. We have to get them out of there. And so we have the motorcycles now. And obviously, we don't have a title for those. What we would have to do is part those out. Mm-hmm. Or you give it to somebody, you sell the entire bike to somebody who's then going to part it out as well. Yeah. So that's the big questions. Why don't you get the car? Well, so how lien law? Could Life Storage auction it off? If they did all the appropriate legal background paperwork and all of that, yes, they could. They don't. That's not their business. That's not what they're about. Salvage company will come in, they'll tow it out, it will go up for auction somewhere. Why do you have the motorcycles then if you can't have the car? Well, the motorcycles were in there. That was, you heard Rob at Second Sense talking about this is storage unit locker folklore. Everybody wants to find the vintage Harley hidden in the back. We did.
Sure enough, it was a vintage Harley.
And it got recorded and you got to see it. And so when everybody watches videos and they go, fake, fake, there's some idiot today who was putting fake comments on our police video, which, by the way, if anybody ever puts that, your comment never comes through. It gets blocked by YouTube. Review. It's held for review. And then you get blocked and you never leave a comment, except you think you leave a comment, but you actually can't, and the whole deal. And she's pinching me now. So all that.
We're missing a ton of super chats. Connie sent a $10 super chat, says, I'm sending money to go towards the car that got away. So, appreciate it, Connie.
All that being said, it's not fake. It's 100% real. You get to see it every single day. You got to see something that everybody who buys storage unit dreams of, finding a vintage Harley hidden in the back. And not only was there a vintage Harley, there was another vintage Harley motor. And not only was there a vintage Harley and another vintage Harley motor, there was a vintage Triumph. And not only was there a vintage Harley motor, and a vintage Triumph, there was also a car lift. And not only was there all that, there was Grime Off. How cool is that when we know somebody with the last name of Grimes?
We're going to send you an entire box, Grimes Finds. And then there was also that huge toolbox that was...
Yeah, and Rob, we don't know if Rob's
than me.
Rob's opening that on Monday. He's opening that tomorrow.
So tomorrow. Steve Kelly sent a $2 super chat, says, what the hell's George? Do you wear glasses? Yes, I do.
On a daily basis.
I typically wear it when I'm driving.
There you go, baby.
But there you go. And this is what I look like with glasses.
There you go.
How do I look?
I don't know. I can't see.
There you go. You can have them back, Professor.
There we go. Okay, that's better. That's better.
A couple people are asking where the warehouse is located. If you follow us on Facebook, we have the address posted on there. So make sure you follow us on Facebook. And then Floyd Butler sent another $2 super chat, says Cowboy Nation, Grimes Finds 21-7. He must be watching the game and watching us at the same time.
So should we get
into
a flash
drive? And then Dennis
drive?
Crank sent a $2 super chat, asked why is the bike not covered under this law, which you just explained. So he must have just sent it at the same time.
Yep, just
appreciate it, Floyd. Appreciate it, Dennis.
And some facilities, they would just tell you, hey, we're legally selling this as parts only. So they're not selling it with a title. They'll just tell you they don't want to do the headache, the hassle. So what they do is they backdoor, or they, you would call it, I don't know, a loophole maybe. If it's even a loophole, they'll tell you we're selling this all for parts only. Mm-hmm. That's how they get around it. Can you legally do that? Well, I'm sure that could be pressed somewhere and say, no, you're not allowed to do that. But Who's got the time? Who really cares?
Ken Ryan sent a $10 super chat, says, just binge watch to catch up. With winter upon us, I've noticed many of your vids are outdoor units. Are there very few climate controlled in your area? In my area, which he lives in Joycey, there seem to be many.
Most of Ohio is all going to be outdoor.
Yeah, there's some facilities that have both climate control and outdoor.
Very few in our area. All right, let's get to another memory flash drive.
Appreciate the super chat, Ken.
This is a 16 gigabyte right here, okay? There we go. That's your 16 gigabyter. I've placed this in, and you know what unit this came from.
Liz Hampton sent a $15 super chat, says, any plans on coming to Florida? Yes, Liz, that will be planned. Another thing, if you follow us on Facebook, we'll announce any storage facility or auction that we're going to, if it is outside of Ohio. So when we travel, we like to post where we are going. That way you guys can plan ahead and come up and meet us.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing on that thumb drive. So
nada.
Thumb drive number 1, you know what you thought was going to be on here. It's not. That one's empty. I'm going to jump over to number 2. I'm going to get through all the thumb drives, and then we can talk about the police unit, okay?
Okay.
So I'm going to open up thumb drive number 2. Now, I believe this one, yes, this one, you can name your thumb drive. This one is called Mama. Capital M-O-M-M-A. It just popped up on my screen.
El Cubanazo Oscar says, come to Miami with the Hales. The Cuban coffee is amazing. I drink coffee, but Jeremy doesn't. And then I only like flavored cream in my coffee.
Because
no sugar.
Coffee and milk makes a beautiful blend, doesn't it, baby? All right. This is the Mama flash drive.
The Mama?
There is one folder. That folder says T25.
Oh, nice.
I'm about to open it up for you.
Gate City Pickers in the chat says, thanks for the great watches. Already sold a few.
Wow. Nice job.
That's awesome. And he sent us a selfie of him in his hoodie.
Very cool. T25 folder has absolutely nothing in it on the Mama thumb drive. So
Steve P is saying you can download a program called Recover and see what used to be on those drives.
I'm not sure I want to know.
Yeah, we've seen I'm not
really
sure if we want to know, because
stuff.
some of the craziest things that we find in units are on these thumb drives.
So that one, I was hopeful, but there was actually nothing in it. Okay, I'm going to try thumb drive number 3.
Grimes Finds is trying to get a poll to see who would like to see Manny come to Texas. And Suburban Beard saying, Manny, you aren't going anywhere. Are you going to hold him prison in the garage, Josh?
Okay. Thumb drive number 3 is basically the paperwork and the files for the thumb drive. It's SanDisk. So there is nothing on these 3 thumb drives. Unfortunately, we didn't find anything this time, but we still have 4 actual cards, and
Manny did
there
say he's
is
in
something.
prison.
Manny's in prison?
He said, I am in prison. He wants to move in with Pirate.
Oh, Manny does? Are you ready to talk about the police unit?
Russ says, I bet George never sells knives. That's not true, Russ. I sell them all the time.
All the time. And there's hundreds and hundreds.
We find so many.
House.
Yeah. I sell them in bulk, and then once I get around to listing them on eBay, they sell pretty quickly. Steve Kelly sent a $2 super chat, says, next time you are in Akron, check out the bomb shelter.
I don't even know where that is. Do you?
The bomb shelter?
I don't know. Do you?
I'll have to look at it. I'll have to look. Thanks, Steve.
Are you ready to talk about the police unit?
Yeah.
So as we get ready to talk about the police unit, I want to remind everybody again, we are hearing that many people are not getting their notifications when we actually upload a video. And the way to fix that is go to What the Hales channel. You'll see the subscribe. You'll see a bell. On that bell, click it. That will unnotify you. Click it again to receive notifications, and then click all. You'll get 3 options. You want to click all. That will give you every single notification every single time we upload a brand new video and when we go live. That's how you fix it. Okay.
Jonestown Autopsy sent another $5 super chat. Says, should I stop calling those girls at Life Storage and badgering them? I've been calling every day since they put the kibosh on you guys. Just kidding.
So here's the crazy thing. When we went
Appreciate
the
it.
first location, one of the workers was actually badgering like an 80-year-old dude who was on his phone.
He was checking email.
He's checking his email.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what? This is out of control.
It's like you're almost not allowed to have your phone in your hand while you're in the
There
auction.
are 20 people there with phones in their hand, and they're going after this 80-year-old man checking his email, and it's not okay.
It was insane.
This is 2019. Everybody has a smartphone.
Yeah.
Every reseller who goes there is using their smartphone to look at things on eBay as fast as possible to make decisions to buy units.
So to jump to conclusions and just assuming you're
okay.
taking photos and videos it's almost harassment.
It is. It really is. And the 80-year-old man was taken back. And frankly, I was taken back that they would be so foolish after everything that's taken place and corporate being involved and their lawyers being involved. But all that being said, it was only the Wycliffe location. We did not have any issues at any other location. The Mentor location was taken off of the run.
They didn't
have all of the other locations. The staff were friendly and courteous, and they welcomed everybody. It was only the Wycliffe location.
Yeah. Jonathan Roseberry sent a $10 super chat. He says, please buy George a nice wood burning kit. LOL. George has been going out and buying. Yeah, he bought a wood burning kit. I think he's bought 2 so far and is doing like his own personal review. It's not sponsored. Appreciate it, Jonathan. We'll definitely buy him one maybe for Christmas, since Christmas is coming up.
It is coming up. I just figured we'd get him a storage unit. Here's a storage unit.
We'll let him decide if he wants a wood burning kit or to apply the $10 super chat towards the next unit.
Nice. Okay, so that brings us to the $10 unit. So let's talk about the police unit. And as we do, I want to share with you, we know we went very, very quick through the police unit. We don't even know everything that's inside yet. What we're going to do is tomorrow, the trailer is at second cents right now with everything from the $962 unit.
Did you just say second cents?
Cents.
Science.
I said dow.
I heard science.
So we're going to go up to Cleveland. I'm going up to Cleveland first thing in the morning. We're going to unload the $962 car unit. Rob's going to sell all of that stuff online. And then I'm going to bring the police unit back to the warehouse. Tomorrow, we're going to go through the police unit.
A little bit more thoroughly.
And we're going to try and show you everything, like all of the war collectible items. We want to be able to show that to you so you can see what war it was from and this and that and the other thing. How many gun holsters there were, how many, you name it. So we're going to do a more thorough video on that because we don't even know everything that was on it. We were literally trying to video it in 20 minutes, get it in the trailer and get to the next
auction.
And we can't wait to see what else is in there because it was
pretty awesome for $10.
So you want to talk about it? You know, they want to know about it.
Ken Ryan sent a $5 super chat. Says Jeremy hopped up on caffeine would be quite interesting.
You see me on Mountain Dew when we go out to eat.
His caffeine is life. His caffeine is life.
It's just who I am. Well,
he's hopped up on life.
You also have to understand.
It would be interesting though to see you on caffeine and how you'd be. He does drink Coke once in a while, like Pepsi and Coke.
I think people also have to understand
Mountain Dew.
You wear many different hats in life. You are a father. You are a husband, and it's not the same. You're a coworker. You may be a boss. It's not the same. And so there are many different aspects and hats that you wear. So when you're on camera and you're treasure hunting, that is a hat that you wear. And then when you're on camera and you're on a live stream, that's a hat that you wear. Afterwards,
wait, did I just see a stain on hoodie 3.0?
Hoodie 3.0 is
this used to be his formal hoodie, where this would be his dress up hoodie, and now it's starting to get stains everywhere.
This got destroyed with Rob yesterday.
With the lift, there was a ton of oil on the car lift.
Oh yeah, it's destroyed for sure. So you don't see the same George that I see. You see a George who's wearing a hat on video. I get to see the many hats that George wears, and I have names for them. Like
Patricia.
Patricia is one of them.
Where did Patricia come from? It was from the movie. Oh gosh, what was that movie called? Where the dude had
M. Night Shyamalan, the one before. I don't know. So, anyways,
Split. The movie Split.
So I call her
Patricia. If you guys have
Patricia.
ever seen the movie Split, one of the characters is Patricia. So that's where that came from.
So I get to see Patricia. You don't. You don't see Patricia. And you don't get to see me when I'm not on camera. George does. So 99% of the time.
He's got a Patricia hat as well.
So 99% of the time off camera, what's it like?
Off camera?
You call me a basic vanilla grandpa.
Yeah, hashtag vanilla grandpa.
I'm the most boring person in the
No,
world.
I've never said boring.
You say basic vanilla grandpa.
Basic vanilla grandpa. And
That's what
people
she
are probably
calls me.
wondering, like, what? What does that even mean? Just
In other
use
words,
your
it means
imagination.
I'm just very boring.
Straight-laced.
Straight-laced.
Not boring. Stop saying boring. I've never called you boring once. Straight-laced. Buy the books, straight-laced.
All right. So,
Floyd Butler sent a $2 super chat, says, you know what happens when you assume, right?
I do.
What happens? Appreciate it, Floyd. Boop.
All right. So your police unit. Let's hear about it. Because they have questions about it. We'll answer your questions about the police unit now. So hit your questions. Super chat your questions if you have one. So
I do have a super chat.
Is it about your police unit?
It says, I wanted to make sure I didn't. June sent a $5 super chat. Says, George, thanks for sharing such a memorable moment with your son. How is he doing? Appreciate it, June. I was with him earlier today. He's excited. He's so excited to join the military. And for those of you who aren't aware, he was accepted to join the Army National Guard. And he was given a job to be a electrician because he does want to go to Cleveland State University to become a electrical engineer. So they'll pay for his schooling. And then the job that he got, they gave him a $20,000 sign-on bonus, which is pretty exciting. Yeah, it'll be given out in 3 different increments. Once he's done with boot camp, then they'll give him 10 grand. And then after that, 5 grand and then 5 grand. They're going to split it up in 3 different ways. So he's doing great. He's excited. He wishes that we could find him a time machine in the unit so that he could fast forward to May, because that's when he'll be done with his basic training. Yeah. Thanks for asking, June.
Vanilla grandpa.
He'll be in South Carolina for the training, and then he'll be shipped out February 24th, I believe. And then he'll be done in May.
All right. Police unit. Give us your insight on it.
Ken Ryan sent a $5 super chat, says, no matter what hats you may wear, just keep doing the great things you do for others. That is the most important hat. Very true, Ken. Appreciate it. Boop. Just in case I forgot. I don't know if I gave June a fist pump, but just in case I forgot.
Bam! There's 2.
Okay, so back to the police unit.
Okay. Tell us your insight on the police unit.
So the reason why we bid on it is because I saw a duffel bag that was labeled police. You didn't even see that. You saw the clear Tupperware or
I saw the VHS tapes
of the VHS.
I was like, well, we'll just give those to Suburban Beard. He'll sell them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So lots of people want to know, is this guy a real cop? Is this a criminal? Was he faking? Was he staging? So here's what I want to share with you.
We did find a box labeled military, but it was very fainted on duct tape.
We have not looked at names.
No.
We are going to try and dig up the story. Now, that being said, if this is a true undercover cop, you have to understand we are not going to give you the name, okay? And typically we never will anyway. But we are going to dig into the story tomorrow. We're going to find out who he was, whether he was a real cop, whether he served in the military. We should have all the information right there.
Yeah.
And we will share it with you as well. We'll be able to Google the name. We know we have paperwork. And so we haven't done it yet. Tomorrow is the day. We'll find out exactly what was going on.
So we'll give you guys a follow-up. Yeah, a couple of people are questioning, like, is he in jail? Like, what happened to him? And
tomorrow
it'll be
is your
interesting
day.
to find out.
We haven't done it yet, so we're doing it tomorrow. And
so stay tuned.
I have a packed schedule tomorrow. Somehow we're going to try and do it in between in the afternoon, and then get a video up sometime tomorrow evening. That video may be very late, but the video we're shooting now. We're trying now. The past 2 nights, we're trying to do 7 p.m. because it's easier for us based on getting it to you in time. So we're going to aim for 7 p.m. again, our time. And
Eastern Standard Time.
It's going to be very difficult tomorrow with the schedule, but we're going to give you the story. And if we're a little late, we apologize, but we'll let you know exactly what we find.
Yeah. El Cuban also sent a $2 super chat, says fist bump for all our heroes in the military. Word. Thanks, Oscar.
Bam!
And then Storage Auction Pirate sent a $2 super chat, says, I love you guys. Hashtag Restorage the Love.
Restorage the love.
And one of the things that we do when we look up names is we kind of, that helps us determine whether they're in jail or whether we want to return back personal items and like other sentimentals and memories. And if we find out that they're in jail, we typically
we stay away.
We cease the search and we don't look any further.
All right. You ready for another one? For a memory card? Okay, I'm going to tell you already instead
Appreciate
of putting
it,
this
Pirate.
one in and showing you. This one, for whatever reason, this is an adapter and it's got a micro. This is a 2 gig micro card. For whatever reason, it will not read on my computer.
People are hashtagging Vanilla Grandpa.
They ought to start hashtagging Caramel Egyptian.
There's a ladybug flying.
It's right there
in the studio.
on the
I asked Jeremy earlier because there was another one up on the ceiling. Are ladybugs good luck?
I got the other one. Here, I'll get
Are
it.
ladybugs good luck? There's red ones
the
and there's orange ones. And I think the orange ones here in Ohio bite.
You better let them
They're
know.
biters.
You gotta suck it up in the vacuum. So this is going to make some noise. I'm going to you, baby. I'll save you. I'm going to save you right now.
People are saying that they're good luck.
Got it. Just saved you. I have to go back and count.
The orange ones are Asian ladybugs.
I don't have any pants. Okay.
The red ones are good luck. Definitely good luck.
Okay.
Someone says they buy ladybugs. Veronica buys ladybugs.
Wow.
Where would you buy ladybugs from?
I don't know. But this is the
Candy
next.
said, so the ladybugs aren't vanilla?
This is the next card. It will read. It does have a title, but there is nothing on it. And actually, it's called SDHC. These two are exactly the same. They come up at the same lettering, and there's nothing on them. But
my brother says we should auction off the ladybug.
This one, he's right. This one does have something on it, and this is the last card, which is why I've saved it for last. We will show you what's on it. There was one. We can't show them yet, but we are going to show it to you. Okay.
Adventures with the Hudson says the ladies have bugged the studio. LOL. See what they did there?
I see for sure. That's awesome.
Jamie wants to know, George, do y'all ever go to Indiana to go to auctions? We haven't been to Indiana yet. We've been to West Virginia.
We would, though.
Yeah, we definitely would.
Yep. Without a doubt,
We've been to California. We've been to Virginia.
Has anybody
like
hashtag
DC border?
Caramel Egyptian?
No, but I saw a hashtag Jer Bear.
Yeah, I saw that one too. That's why I was asking Caramel Egyptian. What else?
I haven't seen Caramel Egyptian. Everyone's been talking about the ladybugs and the different colors.
Should we tell that you call me Vanilla Grandpa? Should we tell them what I call you? Are we still keeping that to ourselves? They would go crazy.
We're keeping that to Eleanor sent a $2 super chat, says, I am hooked on y'all. Aw, appreciate it, Eleanor. How many people are watching, babe?
Crazy. It says 1,279.
Oh, yep. It says Half Dozen J says your local nursery sells them. They are great for roses. Interesting. I didn't know that. Good to know.
What
you learn something new every day.
I have a lot of pet names for you. What do I? Let's figure out what some of them are. Babe, definitely Babe. I call you Babe. Mm-hmm. What else do I call you? Boo Bookins. No, you call me Boo Bookins. I don't. But you steal my thunder, and you only when I'm making fun of you do I call you Boo Bookins. Babe, sweetie, George, Boo Bookins. What else do I call you?
You said sweetheart, right? Oh, I always call you sweetheart. Like sweetheart, Georgie. My Georgie.
What else?
What else that we can share with the chat?
Something. It has to be shareable. It has to be shareable. I have like a million names for you.
You do,
Patricia.
but there's a lot that
But
I don't feel comfortable sharing.
Most of those are between us. Yeah, nobody knows.
Jonathan Roseberry sent a $5 super chat, says, "Are y'all coming here to South Carolina?" Yeah, our goal is to hit up every state.
And we will soon share with you.
To definitely attend an auction, maybe not buy a unit. Our goal is to eventually to buy a unit in every state, but definitely attend an auction in every state because not every auction is a winner, right?
That's true. So when we end up
Appreciate
buying
it,
1%,
Jonathan.
so out of the 50 to 60 that we saw on what day was that? I don't even know what day we were
Friday.
there. Friday. We bought 2. One was a $10 one, and that's unusual for us to see that many units and buy 2 units.
Brian says Buttercup. You do call me Buttercup. He'll say, "What's up, Buttercup?
What's up, Buttercup?
You're Egyptian conniption. You call me that.
Egyptian conniption.
Egyptian conniption.
Yes, I call you that. The one that we can't share is the best one. Can you think of any others? Like, I have a million pet names for you.
Yes, you do. It's hard to remember them all.
Because you're on the spot right now.
Yeah.
Tonight she'll be.
I'll remember after we go live. Like,
she'll be watching the live. She'll be like, "Oh, you call me."
But I thought you were the one who has the better memory than I do.
I do, but I'm asking you. You're not asking me. All right.
We were in Pennsylvania for a unit. We went to Pennsylvania. We met with Jeebus and Pat D's.
Yep, we sure did. Did
we
meet
were
with
gonna
anybody else?
We were gonna go to Michigan, but then we ended up going to Virginia instead.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Jennifer says she calls her hubby Booberry.
Booberry.
Yeah. I'll call him Boo. What's up, Boo? Sometimes.
Oh, I just thought of another one.
Georgie Porgy.
That's not what I just said, but good save. How about I pinch you under the table like you pinch me every time I say something? Is that better? Vanilla. I saw Frank Chapman just said Vanilla Grandpa.
Yeah. Where were we in Pennsylvania? Hillary Wilson wants to remember. I think it was Middlefield. Middlefield was one of them. And I forget the name of the other city. It was
Alma just said that she loves the way I look at you.
Alma?
Where do you live?
I know an Alma. Is it Fat Man the Flipper's mom? Alma? Alma G? Yeah, that's Fat Man the Flippers.
Alma Rodriguez.
Hi. How you doing?
How about a little kissy kiss?
Hey, mister. You're freaking me out.
I'm freaking you out? You're the
Manny,
one.
Look what Manny just asked.
Yeah, that's what I just asked too. I'm freaking you out? You're the one that has a sword collection.
You call me hangry all the time.
You are hangry all the time.
Who else gets hangry? I know I'm not the only one that gets hangry. Let us know in the chat if you guys get hangry too. I like to eat every 2 to 3 hours.
Jay said I call you sweet Egyptian molasses. Nope. That one's never come out yet.
That must have been a guess.
No, that one, not that yet. Have we bought a unit in Sydney, Ohio?
Sydney, Ohio?
Probably.
Maybe. We've traveled a lot. We've traveled the most in Ohio. The furthest in Ohio was probably 4 hours, right?
Well, we're about 4 hours from the furthest border. So
yeah.
We can't travel any further than that in Ohio because it ends. It goes to another state.
Conky the dummy says his beagle gets hangry and barks until he feeds her.
I believe it. I've never called you a barking beagle. So that's a...
Storage Invaders says your mic picks up your whisper.
They heard me say that?
Maybe. Maybe.
That'd be awesome if they did. If they did, they would start hashtagging it.
Mo wants to know, was there a gun?
Said he's got to run. I'll see you in the morning, Rob.
See you, Rob.
I'll be there at 9:45.
Cynthia says George is Cleopatra and Jeremy is Mark Anthony. You do call me Cleopatra sometimes.
Since when?
You always say my Cleopatra.
Since when?
Why would I make this up?
I always call you my little. Cleopatra? That does not roll off the tongue.
Yeah, you do sometimes.
My little Cleopatra. No.
Tampa News Service wants to know, have you ever had old owners wanting their units back?
You must be new to the channel.
You must be new to the channel because that
Absolutely
happens a lot.
channel.
Yeah.
Yep.
It happens a lot. And then a lot of people will claim that we hire actors.
Yeah, that we hire actors
that want their unit back, but know exactly where their stuff is.
The funny thing is, yeah, that we hired actors. They know exactly where their stuff is. How much money do you think we make? I mean, what are we doing? Paying people off the street to come in and act like they know, but they tell us exactly what's in. I mean, how foolish can you actually be watching videos? Oh, they hire actors. Mm-hmm. Let's see. We've heard we hire actors. We heard that the car was fake. We planted it. That's just off of that video. We hear that we steal subscribers from other channels. How stupid is that? You choose what channel
it's free.
You want to subscribe to. It's
when
free.
You subscribe, it's free. So
that's called jealousy from other channels. They're jealous. Let's see, what else have we
Debbie
heard?
says, Jeremy, we've heard you call her Cleopatra.
Oh,
see,
well,
I didn't make it up.
On that.
What about Egyptian goddess? Have you ever called me that?
Yeah, I've called you my Egyptian goddess.
Yeah.
You call me God all the time, and I always say, stop it. I much prefer Jeremy.
Yeah, he'll say something to annoy me, and I'm like, oh my God. And he's like, you can call me Jeremy. So then I'm like, oh my Jeremy.
So I don't like it when she takes the Lord's name in vain. And so I ease it on her as I do it as a joke. And I go, it's okay, just call me Jeremy. So then she starts yelling around, oh my Jeremy. I'm not sure that's any better, to be honest, because then I feel like I'm in trouble the entire time.
Sue, Kleckner admitted that she too gets hangry.
Well, at least you're not the only one. I think you could start a support group on your channel. You could go live after this and do a hangry support group. Yeah. Welcome to Hangry Anonymous. Who's got the snacks? Nobody brought the snacks! You kick them all out.
Someone, Bubbles Treasures, wants to know, how do you steal subscribers? I only have 16.
Well, the people that say we steal their subscribers, they only have 16 as well. So.
Casey said, I went back and heard what you whispered.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Oh, you guys are so funny. We have the best subscribers, though. Seriously, like our lives, like reading the chat is the best. And that's why I go back. Just so that I could read every comment that I missed.
We have to get to the last memory card. Okay. There are items on this memory card. There are 2 folders. There is a DCIM, which is obviously the pictures, the photos. And then there's also is it random or miscellaneous? I think it is. So in the miscellaneous, there is nothing. But in the DCIM, there is something. There are pictures. And there are many, many folders in the DCIM, as you can see here. So many, many folders. And there is really just a couple folders that have a couple pictures. Now, these are pretty personal pictures.
Yeah. I wouldn't show that because they're underage.
I'm not going to show that.
Okay.
You're talking a lot about underage, as I say, very personal. That's not a good mix in this conversation. They saw the video. They know what was in the actual unit. Oh, my little... So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up one photo and only one photo because it's the only photo that I feel is appropriate to share. Okay. I wouldn't bring up that they're underage. Duh.
Jay says you're only really in trouble if she uses your full name.
What's my full name?
If I called you Jeremy Hales. I don't think I've ever done that. Like if I get mad at him or annoyed, I don't think I've ever called you your full name.
You're always annoyed at me.
Duh. Yeah, that's my my nephew's new thing.
That's George's son. He always goes, duh. All right.
We had Karen called him cute at the liquidation auction. She's like, you're cute. And he's like, duh. And he's only 3.
You're cute too.
Thank you.
Oh, I thought you were going to say duh. All right, here we go. I'm about to show you the picture. And again, this is the only picture that's appropriate to share with you. This is the finest tattoo work you could ever find on a thumb drive. This is somebody with a black Expo marker actually tatting up a leg. And if you see upper in the photo, you can actually see the Expo marker. So this is a dry erase marker, and there was somebody drawing all up and all over the leg. And again, this is the only thing appropriate to share with you from this little memory card. So that's, I wish there was more on everything. Unfortunately, there is not.
Candy Moore says Taurus, hangry support group, because I'm a Taurus.
Well, there actually is more. We just can't show more.
Yes.
All right. So that being said, sweetie.
Is our hour up?
Well, it's pretty close, don't you think?
Yeah.
It's pretty close. Remember, we are going to go through the police unit and give you the full story in more detail tomorrow. So we have to do it tomorrow, and then we'll upload it tomorrow. And then we're going to get back to the $25 unit that's up near Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And the antique unit that you've seen us work with Second Sense, and then George with Taking a Risk.
Yeah. He might come up, right?
Probably.
I haven't seen that unit yet. Jonathan sent a $10 super chat, says, y'all always make my Sunday nights.
They actually could hear the whisper. They heard it, Farta. They heard it, Farta.
Who said that?
They hashtagged it, Farta. It's in there.
Appreciate it, Jonathan.
I do call her Farta a lot. I do. All right, so you know what we should sing tonight? We love you.
Wait.
YouTubers.
Hold on a sec. Before we start singing, who's hosting Auctions Anonymous on Wednesday? Is it Grimes?
I don't remember.
Grimes, if you're on the chat, I think it's him.
I don't remember. You ready to sing with me?
Mm-hmm.
Love you, YouTubers.
Oh, yes, we do.
Oh, yes, we do.
Ooh, ooh.
Did you hear that ooh she just put in? Love you, YouTubers.
George says I could.
And this is true. You're not near us. We're blue. I thought you were singing with me.
Craig sent a $2 super chat, says, George, kiss your man, American Treasure Freaks.
We
love you. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up before you hop off.
Yes, we do. We love you, YouTubers. And this is true. You're not near us. We're blue.
Oh. Locker Nuts is hosting.
We love you. Who's hosting?
Locker Nuts.
Sweet.
Didn't see you there. Good night, everyone.
Dr. Nuts. Oh, yes, we do. We love you, Locker Nuts. And this is true. When you're not near us, we're blue. Locker Nuts. We love you.
Good night, everyone. We love you. Say good night.
Good night.